Somebody made the comparison on social media last night, and I think it's brilliant. They're calling the Knicks the Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. And you know what? And I'm not trying to piss off Stephen A. Smith because I know he's walking into the arena as we speak. I'm sure there's a camera on him right now again as we have fun with that conversation. But when you think about it, that's a pretty good comp. The Dallas Cowboys of the NBA. Because they haven't won a damn thing in a long-ass time. Yet, for some reason...
They ain't never won.
I mean, you would have thought...
When's the last time they won?
Like, the way they were talking yesterday, Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson were getting their jerseys retired and raised to the rafters after that game. Like, they haven't won in a long-ass time.
Yeah.
And yet, for some reason...
And not winning that you're talking about when Pat Riley was there, they never was able to finish because MJ was a Knick killer. He killed him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't know. I guess we could look it up. But when have the Knicks won it all?
1973.
Dang.
Yeah. 1973. Yeah.
Who's on that team?
Probably Mike Conley. I don't know.
Stupid.
I have no idea. Maybe Phil Jackson. Was that the Phil Jackson Knicks? Maybe. I don't know. But 1973. And yet the way that they were celebrated and the way everybody talked about them and, oh, my God, what a great team and a great story. And this, it's like, dude, like, what are we doing here? Like, I mean, the last time the Knicks were playing relevant basketball, Jeff Van Gundy was hugging on somebody's ankle, like one of those ankle-biting mosquitoes.
They had Earl the Pearl.
Yeah, Earl the Pearl.
They had Willis Reed.
Yeah, well, they ain't there anymore. And it doesn't matter if they were because they're not going to the Eastern Conference Finals and they're not going to the NBA Finals.
Dang.
And that's that. But some people have kind of taken a little bit of an issue with Reggie Miller. So if you remember, after the Knicks won, I believe it was Game 2. After the Knicks won Game 2, Josh Hart came over and said something to Reggie Miller, kind of having fun with him, but after the game said something to Reggie Miller and all that.
No.
And so Reggie Miller went to social media last night and put a picture of Josh Hart talking to him and said, quote, "When the series changed, Jalen Brunson, you're a true baller, been the best player in these playoffs, but you and your boys can heal up together on some beautiful beaches in Cancun. Please enjoy."
Dang.
Hey, listen, you're not supposed to play favorites, but you know what? If they're gonna stir it up and they're gonna get in his ear and talk some trash and be celebrated by everybody, like this is the most historic run in the history of the National Basketball Association, you got to wear it a little bit. And so the New York Knicks are gonna wear it. And yet, for some reason, the way it's being talked about by Knicks fans who are disguised as members of the media. What an inspirational journey. Oh, my God, what a story the New York Knicks are. To fight through all the adversity and all the injuries, great. But tough balls. They're going home. And they haven't won anything in a long time. So to be compared to the Dallas Cowboys, I think is a fair one. Only difference is Dallas has actually done something in the last 30 years, and the Knicks haven't done anything in the last 50. So that's the big difference. So.
I mean, those are some big numbers, though. Those are some big numbers.
73.
30, 50. Dang. That's, I don't know. I think it's a cool comparison because they're both pretty big markets. I mean, New York obviously being a top 2 market. Dallas is, Texas is a big market. I just, I don't know that I look at the Knicks as America's team, though. I don't think that, like, anyone would sit there and be like, yep, that's America's team right there. If I were looking at a basketball team, I don't even know that I might be horrible for saying this, but has a basketball team ever really positioned themselves to be labeled and looked at as America's team?
No.
You know what I mean? Like Golden State, they, you had the boy wonder and Steph Curry. I feel like because they look like little kids and they was banging on grown ass men, I think they became a fan favorite. because you just didn't expect a dude that looked like Steph Curry to change the league. It's like the littlest big man. And people love little dudes or normal-looking dudes that have superpowers.
Just thinking of this, now that you made the comparison and brought it up, if there was a team, I would have said the Bulls from the 90s. Because I don't know about you, there was a lot of people that all of a sudden became Bulls fans.
Oh, for certain.
I mean, and continued down that road before they got to the 2000s and after the Derrick Rose era, we're like, all right, we can't do this anymore. Enough's enough.
I'm going to say this. It's probably the Lakers. It's probably the Lakers, if we're being honest. And then a close second would have to be the Celtics, if we're being honest. But in terms of a popular run, I mean, the song with the bull coming, the Bulls coming in, dum 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 dum, like there were so many iconic things. Like coming into the games, it was like a show coming into the games to watch the Bulls play to me, every single Sunday.
That was the when they released The Last Dance. That was my favorite part of that, is seeing the way they were presented, because you kind of forget all that, and then you think back to the way they were presented when they showed up. There was a difference. Like there was a palpable difference when the Bulls showed up anywhere, because they were that team. Like they dominated the entire decade.
And well, yeah, and you just have so many figures that emerged from the team in terms of just relevance and importance, right? Like Steve Kerr was just a role player, but now you look back on it, it's like, man, Steve Kerr was an intricate part of them winning, at least one or two of them.
Yeah.
And now he's like just as good, if not outdone it as a coach.
It's like Luke.
That's pretty crazy, man.
Luke Longley. Like all these like random guys, like Craig Hodges,
Craig Hodges, B.J. Armstrong,
like all of those players that became
Horace Grant, Bill Cartwright. Yep. Those were names of relevance just based upon the relevance of being on that team. Scotty Williams.
Yeah.
Livingston. Like what? Livingston had the old man box, but he played his heart out.
Larson
for that
Pippen,
team.
Like all the stars from that team.
That's like the mega pantheon, right?
Yeah.
Dennis Rodman, Scottie Pippen, Michael Jordan. I mean, name a bigger three.
Larson
Name
Pippen.
a bigger three. Those were rock stars. Like they transcended the game.
Yeah.
They transcended the game. So you could say in a lot of ways that was like America's team, but I still think you got to go with like the Lakers because it was for so long.
Larson,
I mean, but you think about Worthy, Thompson,
right.
Magic, of course, come on, Hakeem Olajuwon.
Larsa.
Come on, what's my down low guy? Abdul-Jabbar. Damn, why am I tripping on Abdul-Jabbar? Kareem, right? Yeah. You got all these guys.
Larson.
AC Green with his Jerry curl.
Yeah.
You had so many guys on that team, and then the teams before that, that's really what carried the NBA really into the 21st century, right? Was the Celtics and the Lakers.
And don't forget, in talking about stars, Larsa Pippen. Like you don't want to forget some of the stars.
Dang. That's you talking about generational deals there, right? Because then now you got Jeffrey up in there, right?
Damn.
You got that next wave of Pippins and Jordans, like literally.